so my why question is, why do people get attached? Okay, so for those of you that don't know, attachment is the condition of being attached to something or someone in particular. And in my personal story, I'm attached to my phone. Like, everywhere I go, I take my phone with me, whether I go to the bathroom, I go to eat, like, I'm hanging out with friends, I'm on my phone, like, out with my parents, I'm on my phone, and I guess you could say I bond with my phone. So there's different forms of attachment, and this is like, so there's secure attachment, anxious, dismissive, and fearful. And secure attachment is children who show distress when a caregiver leaves but are able to compose themselves. Anxious, preoccupied attachment like occurs when the parents are cold, emotionally unavailable, and distant. And this causes the children to like close down, so they become like antisocial. And majority of the time, those are the kids that you see by themselves and that are really quiet. Dismissive attachment is when they don't trust their caregiver because of how bad like the caregiver treats them, and like that's when you see like those are also the kids that are like really quiet and really to themselves because they don't trust people. Fearful attachment is like the urge to protect myself. So like that's kind of like, I guess you could say like the one that I'm referring to. And it's the urge to protect oneself and stay away from relationships while at the same time like you have the urge to be in one. And that happens to a lot of us after like our first boyfriend, our first girlfriend, because like you get heartbroken and you're scared to love again, but then like when someone tries to give you those emotions, you start to like react to them and you're scared to react to them. Okay, so what's released when you're happy? And my phone makes me happy. And what's released is dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And dopamine helps regulate movement and like in your body. Oxytocin is released when you're like bonding. So when you're like with a loved one or something that you're passionate about, oxytocin is released. Serotonin is responsible for maintaining your mood balance. So if your serotonin is low, you're more likely to be like in a bad mood or like distant from people. And if your serotonin is high, you're happy and you're like, you want to interact with everybody. Endorphins, it helps deal with pain as well as give you like sensational pleasure. And I want to like focus on oxytocin because that's released when we're on our phones. And I know everybody here like does have a phone, right? No. Okay, well for Jordan, I know you have a phone because you're Snapchat. For those of you that don't have a phone, like you're addicted to your phone and you're always on it. And so like oxytocin, so it's released when you're like happy, right? And when I'm on my phone, it makes me happy. And my oxytocin level, it increases. And this is like what I found like on statistics of like oxytocin, like what oxytocin like causes people to do. So like music, 90% of people that were surveyed, music makes them happy, and that's oxytocin being released. The same with television, like if you're with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, I know a lot of us argue with our parents because we're teenagers, that's what we do. And like they're still pretty high up there with oxytocin being released in our brain. Dancing, attending parties, and sports. So like we started off like on our phones and like iPads at a young age, and these are just like pictures. Like I know when I'm at home, like I can be like helping my mom clean or doing the dishes or something, and I'll just be on my phone. Like I don't have an iPad because I have phone. Or like even when I'm like waiting for the train or like I'm on the train, I don't look up and I don't pay attention to my surroundings because I'm either listening to music or I'm like scrolling through Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. And then like there's times like I'm that person at the movie that I like check my text messages. And like my family, like we don't eat dinner on the table, like we eat dinner like in the sala, like watching TV. But even though we're watching TV, we're all still on our phones. Like the other night we were like watching a movie, and it was a good movie, but we still all had our phones and we were like checking our notifications and stuff. And what's it called? So going back to like social media, what I found is that like the most addicting social media sites are blue, and that's Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and back then MySpace. And they're blue, and like the blue is what causes you to wanna like constantly be on it. And like I guess something triggers our minds, and when we see blue, that's like what entertains us. And it's like the color blue, I guess you could say, is so big that in 2006, MySpace was the most visited website, and it beat Google. And there wasn't a lot of users that had MySpace, but it's the fact that like it's the same thing with Facebook. Facebook is getting there because it's blue. So like they all have connections and they're all related. Could you go to the video?
Ice. We're surrounded by children who, since they were born, have watched us living like robots and think it's the norm. It's not very likely you'll make world's greatest dad if you can't entertain a child without using an iPad. When I was a child, I'd never be home. Be out with my friends on our bikes we would roam. I'd wear holes in my trainers and graze up my knees. We'd build our own clubhouse high up in the trees. Now the park's so quiet it gives me a chill. See no children outside and the swings hanging still. There's no skipping, no hopscotch, no church and no steeple. We're a generation of idiots, smartphones and dumb people. So look up from your phone, shut down display.
Oh, and I wanted to show this video because our generation, we still had that opportunity to go outside and to play, but I don't know about you guys, but by the time I was in 4th grade, I already had a phone. And like, so I was young, like I don't know how old I was, but I was young and I had a phone, and I guess you could say that's when like the addiction started. And this new generation, like my baby cousin, if you take away his iPad, he throws like the biggest tantrum. And I guess you could say I'm like that as well, because like I take my phone with me everywhere and I'm always on it. And the solution to this problem is social media. Like I said before, the biggest social media sites that are visited are blue. So the solution that I came up with, and like other studies have been done, is to change things to that are not blue, that are like different colors, like boring colors such as like yellow or brown. And because like Pinterest is red, and not that many people use Pinterest. And Instagram, with like the new update, not that many people use Instagram as well. So like it has, like studies have been done that the more the colors like less interesting or like less entertaining, the less people will use that social media.